Man, what's really good though, family tree? Let me know if you guys are up in the building with me right about now. I already know it's early times, right? The first 20 seconds or so, you guys are just piling in, sometimes like with a provocative title such as this. I already know that it's going to take a long time for YouTube to A-OK this particular video. They're already going to flag this video. It's going to be all peak anyway. But I would love for you guys who are here to support Science TV to hit up the like button straight away. And of course, get real interactive so we can proceed. That's right. Hit up the like button and simply drop some comments. All right. Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, let me actually someone just said, by brainwash, you mean Muslim? Yeah. So yeah, indeed. There is by the videos. I'm not sure if some of you guys have seen it. I was hoping to actually do a show on this tonight, but it seems as though that it may not be feasible because you already know it's New Year's Day. We're trying to enjoy life. We're trying to, eat some food, meet the family, and spend some merry time with each other. So I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity to really go in as much as I would love to. I would love to show you guys the video clips of the man actually shouting Allahu Akbar, talking about the Islamic Caliphate. He was going in whilst he was actually being arrested. So this young man, aged 25, stabbed three people, a total of three people yesterday. Two elderly individuals between the ages of 50 and 60, and they're either in their 50s or 60s, and one police officer said to be in his 30s. Okay. The individuals in question, although it was some of them were serious, it was a serious attack. It's not thought to be life threatening. Okay, so we give thanks and praise. That's not the case where somebody actually lost their life, as we have seen before with the Lee Rigby incident and other incidents that's taken place. I believe it was not even last year now, 2017. With the Borough, I believe it was Borough London Bridge, those attacks that happened there. Okay, so what the information that we do have right now, it's suggesting that the individual in question was actually Somali. Okay, that is exactly what I've been told from a few sources, that the individual was Somali. The house had been raided. A few individuals were taken away from the house itself. We're not too sure whether they have been arrested, but they have been taken away, I assume, for further questioning. Okay, so that's most of the information that we have so far. Let's actually, okay, so we've got something here that his name is Abu Tasha, like 25. I don't know. No, I'm not even gonna say that. So yeah, okay. If you got any more information on this actual attack that took place yesterday, New Year's Eve, roughly around 9 p.m. Okay, New Year's Eve, 9 p.m., 8:50 to 9 p.m. Yesterday, this actually took place. Crazy. Right, I was gonna do something last night, but I did not want that to spoil our New Year's. Okay, I don't want those type of things to spoil our New Year's. We want to keep it positive, and we want to speak on positive things in a hot second. I'm gonna go a bit more in. So as we can see, a 25-year-old man, possibly from Somali descent. The video itself seems as though the man was highly melanated, dark brown skin. I would have assumed, we would assume he is obviously from African descent or Caribbean descent, but there is reports to say that he is actually, Somali. Okay, so that's the information that we have so far. It seems as though that the police have actually sectioned him or put him away inside of, or he's been deemed as, mentally unwell. Okay, mentally unwell. I think he's currently being held inside of a mental institute at present, which is, to be honest with you, it's not surprising. It's actually not surprising that this, brand of Islam or Islamism, it's only people that are literally mentally unhinged, okay, or a bit slow, or there's other categories as well, right? That are actually on this ideology, and it's scary. It's scary. So I actually do want to speak about mental health, okay, on an upcoming show. That's really it. I don't really want to focus on the Islamic side of things. Yes, we know, Muslim, okay, no surprise, did this. Yep, no surprise. Whatever, whatever, whatever. We can now be blaming Islam and all that good stuff there. I'm not saying you're wrong to be blaming Islam, right? I'm not saying you're wrong. So if anybody wants to say, Islam back in my times and all that crap's there, like, feel free. I'm not going to stop you from doing it. Nothing like that. Okay. You can do as much as you like. Okay. I'm just going to focus on something else than blaming Islam. It's, for me, it's like, okay, we already know, like some of us anyway, not all of us, but a lot of us know already about the poison that's creeping through the veins of Islam. Okay. We already know. So with that knowledge, how do you safeguard vulnerable individuals? Okay, we can speak about the problem all day long, but let's now find solution. Let's be productive, let's be active. And no matter if you're a Muslim, Christian, atheist, whatever the case is, like, how do we safeguard ourselves? How do we safeguard our community? And how do we safeguard people inside of our community who are technically vulnerable to this type of ideology and brainwashing that takes place? Like, I think a lot of us now, when we see this on the TV, on the news and so forth, right? Like, it should come to no surprise. Like, I'll be real with you, a few years ago, like, this will be very shocking and surprising to me, but it's not anymore, because I'm rubbing shoulders with people that share the same ideology as these individuals. Okay, so it's no surprise to me, absolutely no surprise. In these critical times like New Year's, Christmas, like all of these critical times, like, you can expect something to take place. Okay, you can actually expect something to take place. And people say, well, Kalam, why are you always talking about Islam and always saying bad things about us and da 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 da? And I'm like, I'm woke. Okay, I apologize for being woke. Okay, and I'm not saying that all Muslims are bad, like, miss me all that nonsense. I'm just woke. I'm actually woke, meaning this. Okay, I know people, okay, that I know, communities or friends and people, right, who've actually gone off to fight in Syria and other places. Imagine that. I actually know people as such, but I shouldn't speak upon these things, right? No, I shouldn't, right? I know people that have been targeted, who are vulnerable individuals, to actually go ahead and put bombs on their body to do terrorist attacks. I actually know people, like, speak like to people who told me what type of grooming that they've gone through. Like, this is the reason why I bang so hard, right? People don't understand. Like, I literally have people around me, like, who are sharing this type of information with me, friends even. Okay, like, I have been there. I've been there. I mean, like, literally in masjids or mosques. Okay, or even not even mosque, like secret, I won't say secret, but how can I put it, like abandoned shop fronts, right, where they're sitting down and they're having certain meetings, okay, which is highly politicized Islam, okay, and it's highly aggravated, almost borderline terrorist type of talks is actually taking place in those types of meetings. I've been there and I've seen it. So, like, when people say to me, but why do you always have to, I'm like, fam, I understand it. I've seen it with my own, sorry, my bad, yeah, the light's gone out. Easy. I understand it. I've been there. I've seen people. Like, I've spoken to people, so I know 100% the madness that's going on, and I completely understand that, especially for the black community. I'm scared for the black community, and that's why I speak so hard about it, because it's like, yo, the black community are the ones that are at most risk. Somebody sent me some information last year now, which was like a few months ago, and showed me that all of the major terrorist attacks, 60% of the major terrorist attacks that have taken place inside of the UK, 60% of them were to do with black people. Okay, people from African descent or Afro-Caribbean descent were the ones that took part in such terrorist attacks. If that's not scary, okay, and just imagine like blacks, African Caribbeans, right? I'm pretty sure we don't even make up the majority of Muslims in this country. I'm pretty sure it's like Asiatic, Pakistanis. Those are the ones that make up the most. But yet it's the blacks that are doing the most vulnerable, most suffering from mental illnesses, right? Most suffering with poverty, most suffering with a lack of education, right? It's only individuals that come underneath these categories that are in such a high risk state, like have nothing to live for, have absolutely nothing to live for, like almost suicidal. We can see that on the roads, streets, whatever the case is, right? They're actually going out there like joking, poking, stabbing, chefing up mandem for fun. They're doing it to be on the leadership and the scoreboards. That's what they're doing it for. Literally for fun. They're putting their lives at risk, and they're actually putting their future, their generations at risk. They're putting their friends at risk, and they even put in their families, like children, mothers, all sorts, revenge attacks, like at risk. Okay, and they're doing that for fun. Now imagine those individuals, they're going into prison, and we already know what is actually taking place inside of the prison system. Now just imagine that same energy that they have to do this is now being redirected towards a radical hardline version of Islamism, Salafism, or whatever, Wahhabism, whatever you want to choose to call it whatever you wish. I don't really care. All right, I'm not gonna split hairs with you and try to argue what is the right term to call it. Nah, whatever you want to call it, they're being indoctrinated with that. And you lot ain't even caring. You lot not even thinking like you need to protect your family members. You need to protect your communities. You lot don't even understand what type of war is taking place right now. You don't even understand how much money is being funneled into all of these masjids or mosques that you see springing up out of the blues. And they're filling those mosques with people from over here who've been educated over there to come in and fill the void and convert everybody to a specific hardline version of Islam. You lot don't even know what's going on. It's only when it's too late that's when you lot gonna wake up. But anyways, nobody cares about all of that because y'all gonna feel it later on in life. But I'm talking now, okay, about mental illnesses, black community and other communities that are vulnerable, people who have a lack of identity, a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-worth and value. Okay, these are the individuals that are being targeted. These are the individuals that are being groomed. Okay, and we need as a community to safeguard ourselves. Black community, where you at? Stand up. Like literally stand up, black community. I'm being real with you. Okay, because for me, you know one of the famous sayings I hear at Speaker's Corner, like when they're talking about the right wing and all those things there. Like finally I get it. You are actually right. Those of you guys who say, yeah, like Kalam, like after they come for us, i.e. Asian Muslims, after they come for us, they're gonna come for you guys, i.e. blacks. You know what? First time I understood, you are 100% correct. All right, the right wing or whatever you want to call it, I don't know, nationalists and so forth, you're right. Because if I was right wing, if I was a nationalist and all that good stuff that you lot talk about, I would do exactly that. After I've dealt with the Asian Muslims, I will come for the blacks, because the blacks I love that. Okay, the blacks are one of the most vulnerable communities, because if it's 60% of the of terrorist attacks, black people was a part of it, then fudge my life. Yeah, start targeting the black community for real, because there is a problem. There clearly is. All right, and the problem really lies with this. Okay, number one, okay, we're suffering from an identity crisis. We're suffering from identity crisis, and we do actually need help. Like I'm saying this, so if you are, white, if you're Asian, if you're whatever you are, right? We as Black community, we're suffering from an identity crisis. We truly are. Okay, and then if you guys, who say, yep, we need to help out the Black community because the Black community are the ones that you should be fearing more than these Asians, because the Asians are smart. They're gonna be like, okay, let's find the Kala to be the henchman, to actually do the groundwork for us, to be the the I don't know, the foot soldiers. All right, they're gonna be the brains of the operation, and anybody else who is mentally unstable, okay, they're the ones that's gonna be going out to do all of that. And unfortunately, BAME, blacks and ethnic minorities, whatever the case is, like we are suffering the most, okay? And we're going to be the ones that's going to be out there being foot soldier, blowing ourselves up. So we need to sort ourselves out, because it only takes a very uneducated mind, number one, or a very mentally unstable mind, number two, or number three, a person who's suffering from mental illness, right? Especially if you're Black, to gone through 400 years of slavery to Europeans, and then after those 400 years of slavery, you say, I want to be a slave to an Arab. Yes, I'm an Abdi. Yes, I'm an Abdid. Yes, I'm Abdullah. I'm a slave of God. Like, it only takes somebody who is not quite right up there to be proud of being called a slave. That's number one. That's what I'm gonna say to you. Yeah, there's got to be something wrong with you mentally. Okay, I don't care if you're Asian, I don't care if you're Arab, I don't care if you're all those things there. I'm not speaking to you. You could be an Abdullah as much as you like. Okay, I don't mind. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who've gone through slavery, actual slavery. Their family, 3 generations ago may have been slaves themselves or been ancestors of slaves. It's in their living memory. They've lived through the after effects of slavery, Jim Crow and all that good stuff, right? Or bad stuff. You've gone through it. You've seen videos of slavery, but yet you want to place yourself in mental slavery to another group of people. But no, I'm a slave to Allah. No. If you're there again with this whole Islamism ideology, you're trying to set up a caliphate. A caliphate. It's not an egalitarian caliphate where you can be a caliph as well. No, you can't. Okay? No, you can't. All right, Abu Khadija has already told us, he said it to us. Ibn Taymiyyah has already said it, all right? The Aqidah of Ibn Hanbal has already declared it, right? That even if you had a pious, God-fearing, well-equipped Black man, okay, and a pious, well-equipped Arab, like the Arab has got precedence over a Black man, okay? Furthermore, Black man is not even in the equation. A white man, in terms of English and so forth, you're not in the equation to be a caliph, okay? It's only in Arab, okay? Out of all the nations, who you should love and hate, okay, the only nation that you're supposed to love is the Arabs, okay? So this is the ideology. And you want to sell yourself and your children into that form of slavery of the Arabs now, after you just come out of slavery from the Europeans? Something is not quite right with you. Something is unhinged inside of you. Talking about, yes, because you've been killing our people. Because you've been killing our people. And clearly you're not talking about actual Somalians or Sudanese or West Africans or nothing like that. You're talking about Syrians and Lebanese and Yemenin and all of that good stuff, right? That's what you're talking about. That's your people now. Like, there is something wrong with these individuals. I'm going to be real with you. I don't care. Because some of you guys who are watching, you might be some of these individuals, okay? And you're going to be upset with me. You're going to be like, Kalam, I hate you. I don't care. I'm trying to safeguard my community, okay? Trying to safeguard my community. You can hate me as much as you like, yeah? At least if this message gets through to somebody, okay? All right? And it works miracles on them, I've just saved somebody's life. All right? The way you thinking are endangering people's lives. And I ain't trying to put nobody into danger like that. God damn. So yeah, I'm not interested in doing a show tonight or in the future, next couple of days, on speaking about Islam. Like, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we don't want to do that. We already understand. For some of us, we understand the poison that's actually inside of it. Okay, so we're not gonna discuss that. We're gonna talk about what we can do as a community to safeguard people who are vulnerable, and we can clearly see that they're vulnerable individuals. All right, because it needs to stop. It needs to stop. If you saw that video that I saw, I was like, what the hell is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? But anyways, I've got to go in a hot second. You know, imagine that. Imagine that. Like, I'm supposed to be playing charades with the family right now. I told them, give me 15 minutes. It's gone 20 minutes now. So I already know they're calling me to get back inside. Let's quickly, oh yeah, shouts out to, I believe that's got to be Ultra Funky or J Boogie, who's hit up the super chat. So let me salute to you. I'm trying to go back to try to read. Yeah, Ultra Funky says Merry New Year, motherfuckers. Okay. All right, shouts out to you. Big up Kalam. Kalam seems to have a good heart. Oh man, shouts out to you, Abdul. All right. Miss London Yoruba. Yeah, buddy. Hey, hold on. Don't tell me again. Oh, is it? Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, you as well. All right. See, I'm out here, you know, doing this for the family, for you family, with my real family, blood family is all out there going. Okay, let me quickly go through this and see what you guys are saying. Do a show on this; it could be fun, indeed. Okay, you know how we do, family. I'm just quickly going through all of the comments. You know, if you want to get hold of me, simply type Titans TV, all right, and post up, so it makes it easier for me. Again, love for you guys who are supporting us by hitting up the super chat. But apart from actually donating and supporting us that way, you know, I would love, we got over 194 people, yeah, and this is free. See, super chat, that costs money. You know what's free? By simply hitting the like button. That's what you gotta do. Hit the like button. That ain't gonna cost you no money. All right. Another thing is that when it comes to all Abrahamic faiths, it's always the African, Afro-American, Afro-Caribbean going the hardest for each faith. Indeed, 100%. Okay, I'm going through. I'm missing out a lot of your comments, right? Because it's not being tagged with Titans TV. Please tag Titans TV so I can read them out. Oh man. Okay, I'm going through. Okay, let's see. All right, let me start reading them, yeah, because going through Titans TV, AR23 is up in the building, says soldier named Pantera, who was Happy New Year. Oh gosh, there's someone time religious. Okay, you look like Marvin Gaye now. Oh man, I say Marvin Gaye, you know. Titans TV, do you smoke Cali? No, I wish, man, I don't, unfortunately. Also, Kalam, what about the rest of the crazy people out here killing, stabbing, hurting people? Be consistent and stop just aiming at Islam, bro. That's exactly what I said. I told you there's a whole lot of crazy people that's out there stabbing people for fun. But just now imagine what happens when they go to prison, or what happens when they now get converted to an ideology. Okay, and then one sheikh at the top now says it is time. You know, or let's just say, you know, America now bombs close to Saudi Arabia, and now the man them just put the fact, what, it is time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shook, G. I'm shook. But no, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to speak about Islam. We want to speak about what is actually going in society today. Actually, mental illnesses, right? Talking about, you know, self-worth. You know, what's it called? Vacant esteem. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about people who are actually suicidal. Let's talk about, you know, you think people who are doing these stabbings and so forth, or try to run people over, like, they're suicidal. They're actually suicidal. Their hope, and this is why I have to commend the police officers, right, that actually arrested this man yesterday. Okay, because they tasered him. I think they pepper sprayed him as well. Only one of them got stabbed in their shoulder. Like, absolutely phenomenal, absolutely amazing. They saved lives that day, and they didn't even kill no one. They didn't kill the attacker himself. Like, so much respect for the police for stepping in and doing like a great job. We don't even thank the police like when they do good. Like we need to actually, you know, really raise them up on high, because now we have the ability to actually question this individual, find out what's going on, how was he actually brainwashed, you know, what was the impetus for this, what was the catalyst, well, why now, why did you decide to do such a thing, and so forth, right? So like, was somebody pulling your strings? Somebody pulled up, you know, the different Salafi mosques literally in like 10 minutes walking distance from his house, which may be his local mosques that may have been the ones who implanted certain thoughts into his head. So 100%, like, we need to start dealing with the problem itself, and its society, and it's the illnesses as a society that we're suffering from. And you know, this right now, which is like the Islamism, that is just, how can I put it, an avenue that people take to go and do these things. But no, these people are actually suicidal. Their whole intent, see, like, if you remember watching that Lee Rigby stuff, they were rushing towards the police officers, armed police officers with knives or whatever else they had, guns maybe, and their intention was to be shot and killed. They wanted to be martyred. Like, you are suicidal. Clearly there's something not right with you. So we gotta start realizing that what's going on in the community, and some people who can recognize the vulnerability in people like that, okay, and they have their own agenda. Big man thing, man grew up on the roadside, B. Hey, yeah, man, them know how to recognize vulnerability, okay? Man, them know how to recognize vulnerability, whether it's grooming for drugs, whether it's grooming for sex, whether it's grooming for ideologies to be implanted to their heads. Like, we've seen it. Like, you can't play a player, you can't game a man that who's seen it, and we know it like firsthand. Like, most people who've grown up on the roads and the streets, right, we've seen little kids, okay, as young as like 10 years old, even some maybe even younger than that, and we've seen how they're being groomed into like peddling drugs and them things there. We've seen how, you know, young girls or young women, like even pregnant ones, like have been now peddling, you know, trying to, you know, put drugs inside of their system to fly abroad, all those things there. We've seen it with our own two eyes. We've seen how, you know, certain women as well, girls as well, right, have been groomed into actually, you know, having grow houses, okay, meaning growing drugs inside of their houses and stuff. We've seen how, again, like young boys and young girls, you know, have been tasked with holding a gun and so forth for their elders. Like, we've seen it like on the road. We've seen with our own two eyes. So we already know that if you've known that and you've seen that, you know how easy it is for somebody to put an ideology into another person's head for them to carry out certain crimes. And trust me, there ain't no drug, yeah, quite like Jannah. I'm telling you this now. There ain't no drug quite like paradise. Okay? Everybody wants an escape. Everybody wants the fantasy of having sex with women or going to paradise and meeting God and all that stuff there. Like, if you can peddle that just right, you can get someone to do absolutely anything you desire. Just putting it out there. Putting it out there. And let me just send some shots to some Christians, right? Because you might be liking me too much. But I've seen how pastors, yeah, have spun people. Spun people. I've seen like husband and wife. Husband and wife. The wife doesn't even wash the husband's clothes, but she will go and cook for the pastor. She'll cook for the pastor, do the pastor's washing. All them ways there, do all sorts for the pastor, but yet in her own household she ain't doing it. I've seen people get swindled in taking out 10 grand loans, yeah, 10 grand loans for churches to be bought or for roofs to be fixed without no way of getting that money back. All right, people can swindle people nicely. All right, so again, it's only people that's vulnerable are gonna be swindled. Only people that's vulnerable, and we have to make sure we safeguard these individuals. For real. All right, okay, let me quickly go though. We need to be aware of a pep. Trust me, this fet is all around, man. Kalam, do a show about Mecca was really Petra. Jeez. Science TV, Kalam, do you think the Dawah team at Speaker's Corner really do believe in Muhammad? Good question. They may be. Nah, let me stop. I'm from a small good states. I'm from too much violence. Yeah, definitely. Let me quickly go through. Yes, you're Pantera. I know, man. I know where you're getting at, my. Everybody got to be wary of rhetoric in the information age. Ideas have never traveled quicker. 100%. 100%. A lot of people being radicalized via YouTube videos, just putting it out there. Times TV, I respect you, by the way, but I think the fear of Islam is creating these narratives that Muslims will one day just wake up and kill all infidels. Shake my head. Not true and not cool, my brother. No, I'm not saying Muslims. Like again, when I talk, I always talk about there is an ideology that's crept into Islam, okay, and it's not all Muslims that have been infected by it, right? But there is a particular ideology that, yeah, trust me, yeah, one sheikh just needs to put one word out there, and trust me, certain individuals will hear those buzzwords and go out and do what they need to do. All right, that's what I'm gonna say. All right, just what you should do, and type in muhajirun, yeah, Wikipedia. Go onto Wikipedia, go onto Muhajirun, and see how many of those people from that particular camp, yeah, and that's a small camp, have gone out and done terrorist attacks. All right, and don't tell me they're doing this off their own volition. They're getting information up on high. It's already been implanted on them. All right, and they will know when the time is right to do what they need to do. All right, like we've seen on internet where you get me, men are talking so recklessly, talking about, yeah, this man, that man, such and such, and you have people will come down and do nah, you lot don't even know. You lot don't know. You lot don't know. You lot ain't from the streets. You lot don't know, man. You lot don't know. Soon you lot know, though. Times TV, do you think they will close down Speaker's Corner? Never. If they close down Speaker's Corner, then they've basically said that the UK has lost. Like, that's the end of the UK, basically. Okay, let's quickly go through. Times TV, these kids do it for the money. It's rare for man to take kids as slaves. Is it true black people are being used by extreme Arabs do their dirty work to implement an Islamic state by violence? Yes, 100%. 100%. All right? Like, do not think this is all by accident. Do not. People thinking all this stuff is by accident. Like, I'm just gonna say to you, yeah, be real. Like, how many Salafi mosques have you seen pop up all of a sudden? And you think that's by accident, right? You think that's by accident? Okay, no. A better question. In the last like 20 years, yeah, like how many people have you known who are, from a particular background, have gone off to go and study in Medina, or gone off and study in Egypt, or gone off and study somewhere, right? It's not by accident that they're going to all these places to go and study, because the whole plan is when they come back, they've come back with a mission. They've come back with a plan. They've even got like a masjid to go back into to start running, okay, to slowly start converting them from bid'ah, from being whatever type of Islam that you was following previously into following this Salafi trend. Yeah, this Salafi trend didn't exist to this extreme 30 years ago in this country. Yeah, everybody was a part of their own Asian, Muslim, whatever they were, bruv. They were whatever they were. Yeah, they weren't this type of Islam. I'll tell you that for sure. But y'all sleeping though. Y'all real sleeping. All these dawah tables that you seen popping up out of the blue. Wait, what? You think it's just by coincidence? It's not planned out. Okay, all right. See, if you don't plan for your future, somebody else will have a plan for you. That's what I'm gonna say. You lot keep thinking. Keep thinking this is like, oh, it's just accidental, all these things are happening. No. Y'all don't even know what type of warfare is going on in the world, You think warfare is just by dropping bombs and things of that nature, right? No. Like, it's much deeper than that, It's much deeper. But anyways, it ain't none of my business, because you lot don't want to wake up in time, so ain't none of my business. All right. Let's quickly go through. One version is best, 72 must be hell. Times TV, anyone channel that censors. Okay. The Antichrist coming. Okay. Tell the people, chat, it's love is all you need. Yeah, man. Trust me. Muslims did the Bourbon and sub-Saharan slave trade. Okay. So I'm just reading our comments, you know. Telling us how long can black people blame slavery for their problems? As long as they don't fix their problems. As long as they don't fix their problems. To be honest with you, most of their problems do stem back from slavery. Most black people are suffering from post-traumatic slave syndrome. All right, that was a very traumatic period in time, and as far as I know, right, you know when somebody's been kidnapped or brutalized and tortured or been raped, they go through a process of therapy, counseling, and rehabilitation back into the community. Question: name me one black slave or descendant from black slavery that went through a process of counseling, therapy, and all that good stuff and rehabilitation to step back into the community, to be a person inside of the society that can contribute. I don't know any. So what do you think is going to happen when somebody has been traumatically damaged and they haven't actually gone through the process that's necessary to help them and fix them? No, you don't know. I'll tell you, you're gonna have transgenerational dysfunctionalities, because it's gonna pass down into their children, because their children are gonna think whatever mommy and daddy is doing, it's a norm. Okay. And then whatever is going on, it's a norm, but it's not a norm. And we're passing down some mad traumatic behaviors, and we just think it's normal. you know we think, like, I'm guilty, I'll bust your ashes. Like, we think, corporal punishment is something that is normal. Okay. But when you step into, let's say, for example, you step into a white person's house as black Caribbeans, Africans, and so forth, right? Like, Johnny, 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 come down and have your dinner. No, off. All right, then you're gonna go on the naughty step and all that good stuff, right? Like, we didn't get naughty steps, B. We didn't get, like, face the wall, B. We never got that. Yeah? We never got that. Some of us got beaten with pots and pans. Some of us got beaten with the video games that we were playing. All right? Some of us, like, were having our baths, bruv, yeah? And we got wooden spoons conked across our heads. Like, that is abuse. That is actually abuse. But we're growing up, we're thinking this is just normal. And then we're passing it down to our children. So no, we're gonna, black people is gonna continue blaming Europeans, okay, for their problems based upon slavery, until they learn how to deal with their problems and stop passing the blame onto others and start learning to take a responsibility for themselves at point zero, okay, and understanding, the historical things that actually happened to them, okay. But it's down to you to make that change in your life, and your responsibility for your family and your future generations to actually make that change now. So yeah, black people are going to continue blaming other people until they have been rehabilitated. Okay, that's when it's gonna happen. Well, that's when it's gonna stop. And help me, okay? If you care about black people so much, help black people to get rehabilitated. It's that simple. We know we do black betterment and all that good stuff there. Help us then. Like, if people complain so much about black people being a certain way, and I'll tell you, yeah, black people definitely are a certain way, help them. Help them. Don't help them that by trying to be dominant over them, but help them. Give them the actual help that they need. And don't just help one person, like, and just do a quick fix. Give them the tools necessary to fix themselves and the rest of their community. It's that simple. And then black people will stop blaming Europeans or anybody else. All right? Because they will have nobody else to blame but themselves, because they have to realize you have to take responsibility for yourself. I can't do it by myself, baby. I can't do it by myself. Anyways, let me quickly go through. Again, I'm supposed to be with my family, but I'm here with you. Happy New Year, Banksy. Happy New Year to everybody as well. Who created this ideology? God damn, that's a long show. You look like Mick Mills. Oh, man. Like Sarah Garvey's up in the building. Yeah, buddy. Tippy Bear is up here as well. Tiny TV, how long can black people become slaves for their sugar? You see? Getting those phone calls for their community problems. Should they take the responsibility for their problems? Yeah, I just said it. Yeah. But they need to be first rehabilitated and go through therapy before they can start taking responsibility. Otherwise, they're going to start doing self-hatred and start blaming themselves. So you have to know how to take responsibility, not by simply blaming yourself. Okay, Callum, you got to expose the racism in the Abrahamic religions. Okay, quickly going through what it is because I need to go and spend some time with the family now. Let's see. Tell us about the war that is going on. Wait. All right. Okay, quickly. Let me just quickly get through. Kalam, I just wanted to say, and I'm sorry to say this, but those idiots individuals are just big attention whores, unsatisfied narcissists, etc. Period. 100. Ashley Young's up in the building, ultra funky. Okay, I'm going through the ends. Remember, tagging Times TV. I'm gonna read out. Kalam, nonsense. Uh-oh. The Queen Dawn is angry at me, I think. Let's quickly go through. Let's go through again, like over 230 people, right? Like, shouts out to those people who've donated and actually helped us by hitting us up on the super chat. Salute to you, all right? But we've now got over 240 people tuned in and they can't even hit the like button. Only 66 of y'all has hit the like button. We can't even get 50% of you guys actually putting up the finger and hitting the like button. God damn. I'm scared to look here to see how many dislikes there actually is then. Oh, sugar. All right. Oh, yeah, sorry. Don't agree with you. All right, that's good, man. Tell me why you don't agree with me. Of course. That's always good. Like, you don't agree with me. Why can't black people help themselves? Because they don't have the tools, okay? You can't cripple the person and then say, why can't you stand up? Why can't you stand up? Bruv, I don't have no legs. I don't have no legs. Like, if you didn't cripple me, then I could stand up. All right. So just help them. Like, if you see there is a problem with black people, help them. You dig? You dig? It's like me seeing a homeless person. Like, why don't you why don't you, live in a house? Because I'm homeless, B. I've been on the streets. You know how difficult it is? Hey, if you care so much about that homeless person, help to rehabilitate them. God damn. No problem started before slavery started from black male ego and weak-minded capitulating to other men, then lack of accountability, blaming slavery. What got you enslaved? Yeah. Okay. Tennis TV, you want the tools. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Oh, man. That's the teachings of JC right there. Love that. Indeed, 100% Tippy. Hey, bro, I appreciate your responses. Have a good time with your family. 100% family. Are you still pondering about rebel media? I might just have to take it. Let's quickly go through. Before I go, people aren't hitting the like button because there's a bunch of victimization. Okay. Let's go through. What's the truth about Congo? All right, that's good. I'm finished. I'm actually finished now. So I can get going. Okay, I've gone to the end. The last one here is Honorable Man says, tell that to the two young Scandinavian girls. Okay, I don't know what that means, but yeah, the world. Oh, hold on. Big up Times TV. Happy New Year, people. Oh, man. Whew. It's kind of cold out here, It's real cold. Got to put a jacket on and that. Whew. Times TV, you funny, Callum. Thanks for the entertainment and something else. Unfortunately, I didn't get to read the last bit. Why do I smell weed out here? You lot been putting weed into my head too much. I'm starting to smell weed in this little cul-de-sac. All right. Big up, Canon. Hope you never celebrated New Year in midwinter, fam. You don't know what's going on. Okay. All right, let me open it up for you. Okay, I'm on live streaming, so keep your mouth pim as possible. Yeah. All right.
Wait, next time.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. I'm not surprised because it's hidden from you, left wing press. Okay. Cool. So yeah, family, y'all still here, Y'all still here. Oh, man. All right, so I need to go now and check out my family. Like, literally, I've been here for so long that everybody's leaving. Okay? So don't say I don't bless you guys, on New Year's Day itself. And y'all know I'm going to be in trouble with the family, right? You already know this. Anyways, Mrs. Tynes keeping Callum in check. Now that was the Marjay, you know. That was the Marjay keeping me in check. She said, yeah. I got words for you. All right. Here we go. Which one's smart on these guys? Nope. So yeah, family. Peace and love. Let me go. I'll catch you guys a little bit later on. And hopefully tomorrow we can do some live streams, yeah? All right. Love. Catch you guys on the other side.